Ooh. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No.
How about now?
There you go.
I accidentally pushed my mute. All right. It aired out at me when I tried to record, so let's try again. These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck. Good morning, Skippy.
Good morning, Joshua.
Good morning, everybody else. Happy New Year. We are live on the Facebooks, or not on Facebook, but YouTube. I fixed it.
You're great.
I didn't really fix it. I just figured out what was wrong.
So he pressed a button, folks. He pressed a button.
Apparently, I have to have the tab open in order for it to actually go live.
Oh.
Yeah. So I need more screens.
How many do you have now?
3.
Okay.
But yeah. So the chat, I have, if we have people watching and texting and asking questions, it's going to be hard to keep up. But I'll do my best, everybody.
Business expense. One of those really big curved ones.
See, I don't like that. I don't care for this. I'd rather have multiple, like, I get these are 25-inch. It gets too distorted, too stretched. I don't like having 2 different screens on one screen. I'm weird that way. But anywho's,
I see you were very active on Facebook yesterday.
I was.
Well, I'm going through my Facebook.
Are you talking about yesterday evening?
Yes. Oh, how's the bacon?
Bacon's good. I had an open package that is probably getting close to being thrown away, so I had to cook it.
Fair enough. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a good game. It was a good game last night. It was a good game.
Go Blue. We did it.
We'll just pass the team in blue to get to the other team in blue. Because the first team in blue has been beat like a dead horse. So,
are you talking about the Honolulu Blue?
Oh yes,
team in blue.
Yeah.
Do we want to break down the final seconds of the Detroit Dallas game like everybody else has?
The answer to that is probably no, but they have concluded that the referees will not be allowed to play or it's a ref in the playoffs. Which will cost
Thank God.
But yeah, not good. Like just not a good ending
to what was a great game.
It was a good game. I wouldn't call it great. It was a good game.
Well, lived up to the hype and standard of what everybody thought would be a playoff type game, and it was. So,
see, I believe that Campbell should have just taken out of the referee's hands and just went for the extra point. I understand he's got cam balls, but go for the extra point.
It was part of the plan. That was the plan the whole game.
I know
from the sounds of it. So
I watched the what's it called, the media scrum afterwards, and
I also don't agree. I think that
take the points.
The field goal is the right choice, but I support him, and I love how aggressive he is. And you have to take these instances with all the ones that got us to 11 wins. So
true that.
It is part of it, and sometimes when you face good teams, you have to do things that are unexpected. This was one of those things. Skippy, I'm getting a notification that says you have the program open in multiple tabs.
I closed it. No, I don't.
No? Okay.
I got the same one, but I know for a fact I closed it.
All right. I'll keep ignoring it then. So yeah, it was this game with Minnesota now becomes pretty much irrelevant for the Lions. There's a chance that they could still slide into the second seed, but Dallas needs to lose to the Commanders on the road though. And then Lions would need to win to swap spots with them, but
I did see something that Goodell has the power to overturn.
He won't do it. It's never happened before in the history of the NFL, and there was still time on the clock.
Yeah, he even if he does, what's he gonna do? Overturn the penalty?
So
Give him the two?
he can order the replay. So you can replay the whole game, or you can replay from wherever the play, whatever time was left after that play that gets overturned. But you have to do it within 48 hours. So that time has passed. So yeah, he can't just give the Lions the win and take it away from Dallas. I think he could also do it as essentially as a tie, so they each get half a win, which I think would be okay, I guess.
Well, as it sits right now, if playoffs were to start this week, it'd be Stafford coming back to Detroit.
Yep. Which I think the NFL kind of wants.
Well, of course they do.
I kind of want to see it. I think it's a great story, and it would, yeah. I don't know how I feel about it, but they're pretty hot right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to play them, to be honest with you.
I think the fans in Detroit, their minds would collectively explode because the majority of us are all still Stafford fans. So it'd be like Justin Verlander coming to Tiger State or Comerica Park in the playoffs, in the World Series Game 7. It's like, well, we love Justin Verlander, but we love our Tigers. I don't know who to root for. So yeah. It's Lions first, of course, but I think that one would kind of lessen the blow, maybe a little bit if they lost to the Rams. But
true.
Well, yeah, I think if that's the matchup, they get pushed to the Monday night slot, which is okay for me because my daughter has a cheer competition that weekend.
Oh, wow.
So all the stars align for me yeah. So my record of games that I've seen not at my house is 1-3 this year. Not that I'm superstitious.
Sounds like you need to go somewhere else, buddy.
But I am a little stitious. So when I'm not at home,
you're stitious.
Just a little stitious. So yeah, 1 win, 3 losses when I watch the game not at my house. So.
Yeah, sounds like you're going to somebody else's house for the rest of the year.
Well, I need to stay at my house is what the problem is.
Oh, not at your house. Okay.
Not at my house, yeah. They've only lost twice in my house.
Damn it.
Anywho.
Yeah. It's did you cook anything good? I saw something about you had some pork belly risotto.
Yeah. My neighbor was looking for some pulled pork for I think he had people over to watch the Lions game actually. And I told him I could do it for him. Gave me an excuse to light the smoker for more than just me. I had been hankering some barbecue. So
it's weird.
I'd almost picked up pork butts and brisket, like a brisket from time to time. It's like, I'm not going to eat a whole brisket, So this was a good excuse for me to cook a little extra. I did a pork belly burn ends. I got impatient with them. They probably needed just a touch longer, but I was hungry. Yep, and then I did it with a plate of risotto, and it was really good. Which I think will lead into some of our conversation today. But surprised at some of the comments.
Yeah, I was
from, especially on our Monday Morning Food Truck page. So, but more importantly, Skippy was open this week.
Oh boy.
What do you mean? Oh boy, was it not the rousing success you thought it was going to be?
No, it was. Listen, it was. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and yesterday was actually better than Sunday. Makes me think I should work on a Monday more often, but I think don't want to work on Mondays. No, it was. I little over doubled the money that I spent, so that's a fair ish. We had some pre-orders. We did ribs and $22 rack of ribs and 20 bucks for a pound or 2 pounds of pulled pork with sauce on it. Which I thought was a pretty good deal for people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up the pre-orders were like 12 racks of ribs and I think 15 pounds of pork. So I'm like, well, I still have an issue with people coming to my house. I still don't like that. So I'm like, well, weather's going to be okay. It's going to be dry majority of the day. So I'll just take the food truck out and went and set up at the Home Depot. And yeah, we did like $600 Sunday and $900 yesterday.
But you made money, so that's all that really matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, those are like when I was doing paninis last. It's like, yep, I'm not gonna do $2,000 days.
Yeah.
But if we can get to the point where we're making some money, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it was.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed being out. It was cold. Don't get me wrong, but I took the smoker off the back of the porch, so I was able to easily wheel my generator up there with some rams. So that's how I transported that instead of putting it in the back of my truck, which is definitely a good idea.
This wasn't. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. I got a little bit of a cold still going on. This wasn't the new trailer, was it?
New trailer's not licensed yet, and I didn't want to bother our wonderful health department people.
You didn't want to roll the dice?
Not so much. I have, don't get me wrong. I have, but no, I definitely did not want to roll the dice. Plus, I still haven't got propane for it yet either. So, anyway, so we did good. We had, we actually, we debuted one of your strong, or I assume strong menu items. Your brisket mac and cheese wraps.
We do ours with pork.
Well, I did I did them with pork as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I only bought 24 wraps and sold out both days. So
was the picture that you had on was that your picture or was that the one from the other post?
That one's mine.
Okay. So you did wrap them in foil?
I did. Yeah. So I wrapped them. I'm not a good rapper, guys. I'm a horrible rapper. I had to watch. I watched like.
What can you do? You're white, bud.
Touche. I watched like 3 Qdoba YouTube videos and some TikToks on how to wrap burritos, and it worked. I got the hang of it, and then just wrapped it in foil when it was done.
I think you went a little bit heavier on sauce than we probably do. What size wraps did you use? Did you use the 12-inch?
12, yeah.
You got the whatever that
the Sazon from
Origins
or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
I bought the jalapeno cheddar ones. They have jalapeno cheddar wraps. I was thinking about that, but
I think I've only seen those available through the online portal, at least for our stores. We have the tomato basil ones are usually available for us, and then the wheat.
Yeah, I saw those too, but I'm like jalapeno cheddar. I'll grab them, but then I didn't end up doing anything with them. So now I have 12 jalapeno cheddar burrito wraps.
You can play with them though. This is what the off season's for.
Then I saw like a video of a guy taking hot Cheetos and just grinding them up, and then using that for like a topping. I'm like,
So that's the Spicerito that we had talked about before.
Yeah.
And someone commented. That's pretty much what it is. We crush up the Doritos and put it in the burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for I think we had all the other toppings from the Dorachos. It was more of a spicer racho Rito.
Well, and that's when they came. When a couple people came up to buy them, I said I didn't have them anymore, or I didn't have any left, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's just get a loaded mac and cheese." I'm like, "Ooh, it's the same thing." Except one's with a fork and one's a hand warmer.
Oh,
But
well, good. I'm glad that you.
It's amazing
glad-
how you can do it and people like it. So same stuff, same stuff.
Yep.
You
So is that going to be an addition to the menu, maybe?
Honestly, I'm thinking about it. It went over pretty good. So
Especially on such a limited sample size. Yeah. And did you get feedback from it?
yeah, I mean the comments that people left me they loved it. So I probably
Yeah.
were, and I hate to say I was probably heavy-handed with pretty much everything that was in it just to make it like. I mean, by the time I got done wrapping, I think it was close to a pound.
Yeah, that's about where ours are too.
So I was it was basically like, I think 6 ounces of mac, and the store didn't have cavatappi noodles, so I had to use elbows. So it takes up, which is good. I think that works out better because I can spread the elbows out better.
Yeah.
The cavatappi is kind of bigger. And then I probably was about a third of a pound of brisket to maybe a little bit more, but same thing with pork. But pork was 12, brisket was 15, and it went off real good.
I just got a pop up on my news feed. Do you remember? I don't remember. I think it was the last Olympics that Snoop and somebody else were doing play-by-play of the Olympics on like Facebook or something like that. Like there was a couple short videos of them watching the Olympics and doing play-by-play.
Yeah.
It was pretty hilarious. Snoop has joined NBC's coverage for the 2024 Olympics.
Jesus.
I can't wait.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And it'll increase viewership, which I'm sure is the only reason they're doing it. But I think you get him and Martha Stewart both in a box.
Just to see what
commentate.
he's gonna say.
Yeah. But no. Well, good. I'm glad that you had a good couple days, Skippy, and that worked out well for you. Yeah, I think we sell more burritos, our version, than we do the sandwich version of that same combination.
Yeah.
I think just because it's easier to eat, it's a little bit more contained, especially if you're driving. So.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that. Like, are there any barbecue trucks that just do straight wraps instead of buns? And I'm thinking to myself, well, if I do that, I think I'm going to go through a lot more meat.
Yeah, our meat scoops are the same, but I think we definitely there's definitely more mac and cheese in the wrap than we would do in the bun.
Yeah.
Our meat's the same, so yeah.
And I don't know if I can teach anybody how to roll a burrito. I did though.
You gotta teach yourself first.
You put it in the middle. And then you push the sides up, and then you roll over, and then tuck it, and then grab the little leftovers at the top, roll those in, and then roll it again. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
The problem is the last burrito shell gets kind of stale. I kept mine warmer.
Oh, so that's yeah. Let's see. It's the same thing that we with buns. If you didn't use your little Ziploc seal on them to reclose them.
Oh no, I did.
Okay.
But it's whatever the burrito that it was.
Not really stale, just toasted.
Harder.
Yeah.
Made it for interesting wrapping.
But yeah, so this time of year, you almost have to because it's so cold. When we have had to,
I probably should have rotated them.
Exactly what I was saying. Yep. So every time you go in to get one, flip it back over. We have an extra spot in our steam table that we'll throw the tortillas in there, and we just got to
Yeah.
keep rotating them. But yeah,
No, it was.
that'd
it
be
was
interesting. I wonder
it's
if you
good to
could
get
do
on
all
again.
wraps.
Yeah, I kind of like the all wrap because people can just grab and go. They don't have
Mhm.
to. Oh, you don't even need a fork. But
Well, and in theory, wrap is a little bit easier. You could make a couple extra ahead if you
Yeah.
were super busy, because they're not going to get as soggy as a
Yeah.
bun.
Good.
It's a better moisture barrier. Yeah, I mean, wrap them, and then do them like you did, like in foil, and then just keep them in the warming cabinet.
hmm We
Mm.
did that when we did like breakfast one day. I cooked up a whole bunch of scrambled eggs and just made a bunch of burritos and threw them in the warmer.
Hmm. Well, good.
But I hate scrambling eggs. So
Where are you at with getting? Excuse me. I know you were probably pretty focused last week on between Christmas and then getting ready for a couple days of service.
mm-hmm.
Any other new developments for next year and bookings or anything? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm
Okay.
No,
Sorry, it was super quiet. I couldn't tell if you
Right.
could hear me or
can't-
not. You were
can't see
staring
the-
off into
the-
space.
You can't see the hamster rolling around in my head. The wheel is not it's not greased at the moment, so he's having a hard time moving. No, I don't think so. I think we're still. I haven't had a, as you said, focus on it. So just gonna
Yeah.
roll with it.
I used Square's contract creation tool for the first time. That
Oh
it
yeah.
was okay. Yeah, they have some pre-written language in there that you can use as like a starter template for some things. Which I got rid of most of it. But yeah, it went okay. You can attach your invoice to it or a quote to it, so everything's kind of self-contained. So if you search for a customer, you'll see everything. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We really haven't had a need to do contracts. We haven't been burned by anybody yet. Really.
Yeah. I haven't done any either.
And we've had a couple people ask for them, and pretty much in the quote or invoice, I write pay of or deposit paid equals signature of contract or something like that in it, because basically it was the same language in both things.
Yeah.
She just wanted something that forced a signature, I guess.
Yep.
So it worked. She signed it. She paid her deposit. Hopefully she likes the food when we come out or when she comes out. But yeah, we did that. We had a weird noise. A repeat. Somebody that we did an open house for a couple of years ago. They have another child, so got one of those, which is always nice. But yeah, we just quoted another wedding. Seems like they're coming in a little bit slow this year. Had a couple other food trucks reach out to me asking about subdivisions and if we're having a hard time getting a hold of hosts. We're seeing some hosts saying that they are not going to manage food trucks this year. So I think those that have done it for the last 3 years now are kind of over it for some of them. And I'm curious to see if this might be the last year for that kind of thing, just because no one wants to manage it in the subdivision. So we've had mixed results. We've had some people tell us that they aren't going to do it and then accept our dates. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I'll get your dates down and send out or do the events for you guys. She's like, but I'm not sure about other trucks and if we're going to continue or not. So, and unfortunately, everybody I've heard that from have been our really good subdivisions. So, ones that I would like to keep going to forever. Ideally. So yeah, we'll see. Just a heads up if you run into any of that. Yeah.
We haven't tried yet. I mean, we have people that we look to doing that or getting them taken care of, but I definitely plan on being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a couple that, I mean, it's not super organized in the subdivision. We have a host that, we work with, but it's not like they do regular food trucks in some of our subdivisions. But for these other ones, we set up at the clubhouse where there's a pool and they organize to make sure there's only, one truck every other week. And they do a good job. So hopefully.
So I'm on since I'm on my computer, guys. Hey guys, I'm on my computer this time. In case you didn't see that.
The audio matches up with your lips for once.
Really? They do? Where were you talking about the messaging text stuff? The stuff that you did.
The marketing messages?
Yes.
So yeah, it's just in my tools on the side. That's where I see it.
Okay. So
the same place that you would see the monetization tab.
Yes. So I did not see that tab.
Yeah. So we have our monetization tab for our food Monday morning food truck page. I don't have it for Sweet Racks, which I think is interesting.
I have it. Did you go through it?
I don't have it available to me.
Oh.
I don't even have the option to go through it. It's not an option list. Like you don't have marketing messages. I don't have monetization. I know.
I earned like $27 over the past.
Well, good for you.
Just saying.
I know. You think I would be a? We're over.
Do you have Lead Center?
Yeah, and I've been through that too.
Okay.
And I'm hopping back into it right now.
I was trying to figure out if it maybe was in like a sub one, but no, I don't see
No.
it.
Yeah, because I'm on our Facebook page. Or Monday morning Facebook. You know what I mean? It's just listed right there it's like inbox, insights, content, monetization. So, and it's not there. I don't have it. But whatever. I don't need it. But yeah, we're just under 200 now subscribers to our messages, which is good. It's slowly building. Had a had a fun exchange with somebody on our ad that we're running for the Best of Grand Rapids voting.
Oh, how'd that
go? I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I don't think it went the way the guy thought it was going to go. Yeah, those pork belly burn ends looked really good. It was delicious. Let's see here.
After you do this, I have a restaurant review since I went to another barbecue place.
Gosh, man. Way to go. I have not been anywhere to eat other than my house.
Well, the good thing about taking care of my wife and doing her job is that I do get some downtime, so I can pick up some. But I can preface my story with when people ask me, how was it? I'm going to give them their honest opinion.
Yeah. This comment first I got a comment from Christopher VG that says, poor can't care. And
Poor can't care.
Yeah. About the voting for Best of GR. Yeah. When I went to his Facebook page, that's pretty much all his comments are on every post. So he might be a little bitter. Maybe. And then this comment from Nate Gans, who, when I go to, oops, that's not the right button. Hold on. I want to make sure I preface this properly. His last post on his Facebook page from July 31st was, I love pissing off mature adults. And in his about, he leaves a phone number and it says, please prank this number. I'm a big kid for life. I will never grow up and be mature. Okay. So this is the guy we're working with here on this comment.
What's his number? Can I prank it on live on the air?
I'm not positive it's his number. It could be somebody else. It's
True.
You know, I wasn't willing to take that risk. And then I got to get back to, because Facebook keeps hiding it to not show up on the most relevant. Okay. He says, do you smoke your meat with dried cow shit?
Do you?
My response was, can't believe you guessed it. And then his reply was, you aren't funny and your food sucks. I replied with, I think I'm pretty funny. Sorry you didn't like the food, and we appreciate the constructive feedback. Hope you have an amazing 24. I haven't heard back from him.
I mean, I'm surprised somebody got the cow shit. Jeez.
I know.
Wow.
Now I got to change the recipe.
Jeez.
We're going to have to switch to pig shit.
Well, then give the pork more flavor. You never know. Wow. Okay. Well,
yeah, that was fun.
I can tell you I haven't gotten any of those, so that's good.
Wow. I mean, it's super helpful. I mean, thank you. Appreciate that. We can really improve now. I don't remember how we got there, but yeah. Good times. Good times.
Do you think more women are on Facebook than men?
Yes.
So I was just going through my audience.
Yep.
18. So in the 35 to 44 category, 18% are women, 9% are men, and 0.1% are unknown. I love the unknowns. But that's my highest category. But except for 18 to 24, men are leading it. But every other one, they're not.
Yeah, men aren't leading any category of mine, and my overall audience is 62% women.
62% women. Wow.
Yep. So if you and for me, this is interesting. So if I look at my Instagram followers, it's 55% men. So I'm heavier men in Instagram and heavier women in Facebook.
Wow. So later. I'm trying to audience. So I am. Yeah, so Instagram men, I'm at 57 to 42, and Facebook women's 55 to 44. But I can't get above 196, 197 Instagram followers.
I just hit 705.
Oof.
It's been a steady little increase. I mean, we don't do anything different. It's the same posts. For whatever reason, it's getting a little bit more traction lately. But I think we were over 600 at the beginning at this time last year. I think we were like 640 or something like that. So we've gained 65 versus where we're, 1,000 Facebook followers a year.
On Instagram, organic. I'm big in Germany, India, Nigeria, and the Philippines.
So you're getting a good quality fan base there.
Well, it's only 0.05%, but still.
I have 0.9% in Nigeria.
Oh, I 0.5. But then on the Facebook side, I'm 0.1 in Ghana and 0.1 in Nigeria.
I'm 101% in the United States. Figure that out.
I was gonna say, I'm 100.7.
There's something wrong in the math.
That's just extra credit.
It's those dead people that voted.
All right, so I went to a barbecue place Tuesday that I'm familiar with, but I've never actually been to the restaurant. we did an event for it's called Arbor Hospice, so it's like a fundraising event that they put on. Sell rich people tickets, and they had a bunch of barbecue vendors there, and we were there, and this other guy was there, and they give you tokens, and you go up and you give your token for a sample size of whatever they're giving out. So this guy was giving out brisket, so I'm like, okay, I'll go try it. Why not? Because I was giving out brisket, and when I tell you the brisket was very, very good, that's like an understatement. It was very good. And he gave me a piece of point, which I appreciate, because I asked her if he had any moist brisket, and he said, yeah. So I would decide to go to the restaurant, and you walk in, and it's a counter service joint. For anybody who doesn't know what counter service is basically it's no wait staff. So you go order at the counter, they call your name, you go back to the counter, pick it up. Their menu was on a chalkboard on the wall, and it took up the whole wall. They have a lot of menu items. And a lot of catering options. When I was talking with one of the guys, they said their catering was huge. So I got we'll call it a 3-meat plate, which consisted of brisket, pork, and 3 bones, 3 ribs, dry rubbed, not wet or sauced. And I asked if they had fatty brisket. And they're like, yeah, we're good. I'll get you some. I said, okay, good. So I ordered mac and cheese and coleslaw.
Okay.
Went and got my order, and it was pulled brisket with a chunk of fat on top.
Yum.
So I know it might just be going downhill from there. Anyway, so the mac and cheese was very good, super creamy, good flavor. Probably needed a touch more salt, but probably the best thing I ate. Again, the brisket was pulled brisket with a chunk of fat on top. The coleslaw were cubes of purple cabbage, and only purple cabbage. So not even finely diced like you'd see at at KFC or something. These were cubes. That's best I can describe it.
So strange.
With a mayo based sauce, so it basically just looked like purple throw up in a cup. The pulled pork was okay. Did taste a little yesterday.
Did taste a little yesterday.
And the ribs were definitely dry rubbed. It looked like they'd been sitting for a while. Decent flavor to them. Anyway, so I went to throw stuff away, and the gentleman's like, "How was it?" And I'm like, "Can I be honest with you?" He's like, "Absolutely, please." I said, so I was at an event with you guys. I run a food truck as well, or a barbecue food truck. They're like, yeah, I saw your hat. They're like, I said, the brisket I had today was definitely not what I had there then. He's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, fatty or moist briskets from the point, blah, blah. Well, how much did you have? I said, I don't know, quarter pound or whatever. So he proceeds to pick a brisket or a chunk of brisket out of the warmer that is wrapped in saran wrap and cut me off 2 more pieces. And granted, they were sliced this time, but it was 98% fat. And he gave it to me. He's like, here, I apologize. I just want to make it right. I'm like, good job, dude. Good job. So overall, because of the mac and cheese, I will give it a solid C+. Just sucks being a snob.
Yeah, I mean, there's so few times that I've actually enjoyed barbecue at a restaurant. Um, I'm not sure how much of it is just not really snobbery. We just expect more, I think, um, because we've had better and we can create good barbecue. So while it's not the easiest thing to do, it's not the hardest thing to do, especially if you own a restaurant and you're doing it every day. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just
I don't get it. Like it just. I guess if you run a restaurant all day, it may be different. I don't know. If we cook fresh and we always serve fresh, is it the hours? Do they always have extra, and they always cook for extra? So when they have leftovers, they got to figure out what to do with them instead of just throwing them away.
yeah. I mean, maybe they wanted to be. We know barbecue restaurants that they are open until they're out of food, type of thing. They have set hours, but like our trucks, if we sell out, we sell out.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of
Can
those
you run?
places.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can you? We know people that have done it, but it's like, can you run a restaurant like a food truck?
What do you mean?
Like that, just what you said. So we're
Yeah.
open from 11 to, we're here from 11 to 7. If we sell
Mhm.
out, we're gone.
Yeah.
If you sell out at lunch, are you hurting yourself because there's no dinner crowd?
Well, of course. It's no different than on the food truck. If you have an amazing lunch and run out of food, you're not planning on only being open for half the day. You're going based on historical data. You know, like at this point for us, we're going into our 5th full time season, so we have a decent idea of what we can expect at most our locations. Some days are better, and some days aren't. You know,
No.
so it's hopefully if you are continuously like if you're a brick and mortar and your first week and you're selling out every day and you're not making it to 3 o'clock every day or the first couple days, and yeah, I would be bumping it up, especially if you're getting good reviews. you know that's when you gotta really keep an eye on like your Facebook and your Yelp stuff and making sure that just you're selling out because you're new or whatever, or is it because the food's good? Are you getting lots of negative reviews about mediocre food, not worth the wait, or um, that kind of thing? Or is everybody raving about the food and you're selling out and then you need to cook more? So yeah, there's restaurants in Michigan that do it that way. When something's gone, it's gone for the day, and that's I think pretty common in like Texas.
Yeah.
And there's a reason there's a 3-hour line at 6 o'clock in the morning at some of these restaurants. Is because if you want brisket, you need to be there when they open
Yeah.
because it's going to be gone before you get to 11 o'clock and you open at 10. So yeah, I think absolutely you can do it that way. For that kind of concept and that kind of food, yes. If we get to a different concept of restaurant, then no.
Yeah.
But you're going to charge accordingly so that, even if you're only serving, let's say you're serving 100 people, you might have to do 10 to 15 briskets so that everybody gets the pieces of the brisket that you want them to get. So no one's getting those edge, not the edge, but the lesser pieces. Everybody's getting the center cut of the most tender brisket.
Yeah.
But you're going to charge accordingly. You're going to charge $50 a plate at that point.
I was happy with the price of this place for that basically 3 meats and the 2 sides. It was like $32. That's not bad.
No, not at all. I'm sorry, where was the name of the place?
Satchel's Barbecue. And their catering motto is you can get satchels of satchels. I appreciate it.
It is a men's carry-all.
Yeah, I love it. I
Or
don't know.
immerse,
I
if you
like
may.
the
Yeah.
everybody was
Satchels of
nice.
satchels.
The place was clean.
What time of day were you there?
Like 1:30, somewhere on there.
Okay.
I was the only one in there. Somebody had a mom and either two daughters or two little gals came in afterwards and sat down. Yeah, I think it was good. It was a solid C plus. I ate all the mac and cheese. I didn't eat all of everything else.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah.
To I know we had a Isaac, our number one fan, Isaac. Sorry, Bubba.
True that.
Just for the record, our Facebook followers on our Monday Morning Food Truck Facebook page is 65% men, 34% women.
Thank you for having all. Thank you for your yes, whatever I'm trying to say.
Currently, we have more followers in Pakistan than we do San Antonio, Texas. It's a 0.9% Pakistan and 0.6% San Antonio.
See, we are awesome.
We are awesome. Sorry, I got all kinds of. So to support our India following in the charts, our audience is 2.1% India, 1.3% Pakistan. See, I don't. What's the difference here? Top cities. Oh, that's top cities. Top countries. Pakistan's number 3 at 1.3%.
We love all our Pakis.
Mm-hmm. Brazil, Australia, the Philippines, Bangladesh. Canada's down like 7th on the list. It must be Diva.
Hold on.
Our one Canadian.
How do we have more? We have 9 followers from Jackson. Is that how that is? So I'm looking at
1.3%. Yeah. Top cities, 1.3% from Jackson.
Well, Jackson's a mecca for food trucks. We've got like 24 and
yeah. All right. What was it? Oh yeah. Isaac.
India and Pakistan. Oh, don't forget about Brazil and the Philippines and Bangladesh.
I said all those things.
Oh, what about the Sudan?
How about you listen to me?
Did you see the Sudan?
Yeah, you cut me off at Canada and then I moved on.
Mm-hmm. My apologies
all right.
for cutting you off.
It's okay. I'm used to it. That's the only way you get heard on the show because it's just all me.
It is.
Yep. Let's see here. I had posted yesterday asking for some questions and New Year's resolutions. We got one from Isaac, of course. He wanted to piggyback on last week's financial questions about sales and stuff. What's your sales in weekdays, Monday through Friday versus weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
We definitely.
And then the follow up to that is it possible to 250K top line a year doing caterings and Monday through Friday work, or do you feel you have to have weekends to pull that off?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, you can work Monday through Friday and do 250,000 in sales. We were probably there last year if you took out our Saturdays and Sundays. And that was just doing 4 days. That was Tuesday through Friday. We were probably 250 Maybe not. Close, probably. Yeah, I think in order to hit 250 Monday through Friday, roadside and catering, I think you have to be spot on every day. I don't think you can have a whole lot of wiggle room for bad days. Especially if you're not getting a lot of catering. So, I mean, we had a decent amount of catering during the week this year, which for us was pretty unusual. I mean, most of our catering comes Saturdays and Sundays. You know, we never got until this last year a whole lot of business lunch catering type stuff. So I'm hoping we can grow that though, because it's nice to have. And obviously this year with our contract with Aetna, that will definitely grow this year, but we'd love to get some other businesses on board too. Skippy?
So doing the math, you work 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. That's 260 days.
Okay.
So 250,000 divided by $260 or 260 days in a year, you have to do 900 and I'm going to round up and say $962 a day, Monday through Friday, to hit 250,000 in sales.
And that's working all year through the winter.
That's working all year.
Go down to 33 weeks.
So 33.
So you're at 165 days. My math is right.
I'll trust you. $1,515 every day.
Yeah.
If you work basically 8 months a year, 9 months a year.
Yeah. So that's our mid-March through October is typically right about 33 weeks.
So depending on where you are, weather will play into that pretty heavily.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you get into weeks where you have holidays, which typically aren't as busy for us. Especially the day after Memorial Day, day after Labor Day are usually slow days. So then you have to make up those days. So now you had to have a couple $2,000 days in there. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Yeah, your
but weekends are good,
all
man.
year long has to be about $1,000 a day.
Yeah. So yes, doable. There's good money to be had out on the weekends. And our weekends have been so inconsistent with some of our locations, but we're hoping to get into a whole lot more events this year. So should help boost at least our Saturday numbers. So, and I'm okay with Sundays being what they are. You know, our Newego days are good days. They're not great days, but they're fairly relaxed, and it's a good Sunday. Like, I'm okay with, not doing a $2,500, $3,000 day every Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, if you can go out, we started going out on Sundays, and the goal was like $500. Like it's just enough to top off top off the week, you know.
Yep. So, but yeah, definitely Saturdays and events, man. Open houses. I would say you at least need to do that kind of thing. You need to be open to catering on Saturdays and Sundays, because May, June is so huge for weddings and open houses that it's easy money.
Or graduation parties.
Yeah,
open houses. That's what open house.
Yeah.
Correct, but we might not say them the same way.
In Michigan slang.
Yeah, open houses. What, people are just coming to your house because it's open? Oh, yeah, kind of.
Like real estate open houses? Yeah. Make a killing, man. So
speaking of open houses, what do you think the most, like you've done a whole bunch, and based off of certain things, you can probably do the math on a lot of what people have spent for these open houses. What do you think the most, or what's the most extravagant open house you ever went to?
Chris did a drop off. I think it was 100, maybe 150 people. Maybe not. I don't even think it was that many. Because that was a day that we did like 4 open houses and we were all going to different spots. But he came back. He was like, they had an ice cream truck there. They had cotton candy machines. They had a DJ. Like, damn. So there was, I mean, that was probably the most festivities that we've seen. We were probably the cheapest vendor at that party. But yeah, that's probably the most extravagant that I can think of. I mean, we've definitely been to some very nice houses for high school open houses.
So this year was a first. We pulled up to a wedding barn that I know is about $2,500 to rent. We served out of the food truck. We were $2,500. They had an elephant ear truck. Jesus. They were $1,800. Inside the barn, they had a DJ, probably $1,000, and they had one of those money machines that, like, you walk in and you can grab dollars, whatever. Jesus. And he gave us a $400 tip.
Just stupid.
Like, I mean,
for high school.
Yeah, and I've been to a lot of really nice houses. Sorry, long couple days. Yeah, I've been to a lot of really nice houses, and this was by far the most extravagant one I've ever been to. I love to hear from our audience, like when you pulled up to a house or you pulled up to a venue. Like, do you ever just think, wow, how do I get to that amount of money?
Well, it's
because that's just excuse my language, but that's just like fuck you money. Like here you go, whatever.
What's his name from Barstool Sports?
Yeah,
put $1 million on Michigan yesterday, and he was talking about he's like, well, if it hits, if it wins, he said I might just roll it over and put it on Washington. Like putting down $1 million, it's like it didn't affect his life one way or the other.
No,
win or lose.
He is.
It's just like
he was. Okay, so Washington did beat Texas.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that.
Another really good game. Texas had a chance to tie it. It sounds like right at the end. I went to bed, but
wow.
Yeah, it was another one-score game.
So basically the last 2 undefeated teams are going against each other in the finals.
I can't wait. It should be a good game.
That Penix kid is just damn good.
That Washington offense is really good. So it'll be cool to see him play Michigan's defense.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to root for Washington for one reason and one reason only. For the absolute whooping they put on Michigan State this year, 41-7. I would love to get a little member.
Let Big Brother avenge your loss, man.
No, because then we're never going to fucking hear old Big Brother bullshit.
Well, don't worry, you're going to get to see a whole lot more of Washington because they're in the Big Ten next year.
I know. It's exciting. It's exciting about the teams that are coming to the Big Ten next year.
Yeah. I think there's some Big Ten teams that are puckered up a little bit and like, well, we're not going to win another championship ever.
Yeah, they're not happy at all. Okay, so we got, what else we got?
I don't know I was like, I don't know.
You were going to your chef talk, I think.
Oh yeah, well, Isaac's New York resolution was to have all that shit together before the truck is finished in August. So, good luck with that. It won't be, but good luck.
You can always hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something else to do. Always, you're never going to be prepared. So, so yeah, I had posted the picture of the pork belly burnt end risotto. In a couple different spots. First of all, let's go to my post in the food truck training Facebook group. Just kind of looking for some input. I had a feeling that it was going to go the way it went. Saying that I would love to do something like that on the truck. Curious about holding risotto. Now the picture that I had posted, that had been sitting in a pot or a pan for 5-ish to 10 minutes while I was getting other stuff around. I wasn't in a big hurry to eat it. So it had definitely firmed up just in that amount of time. The rice absorbed whatever liquid was left. It was still delicious and very good. But pretty much you're not going to hot hold risotto. So definitely not, especially for the way our trucks are set up, not something. Is that me or you?
My dog just made a grunt.
I heard like a chime.
Not me.
Well, now I got to figure out where it came from because it almost sounded like a notification. But we have no new comments or anything anywhere. So, all right. Yeah, I can't make risotto to order now without having someone wait for 10 minutes. So they were like, power cook the risotto, power cook the rice, and then you can just add the liquid to it. I was like, still, it's going to be, I mean, we don't have, we don't have hot water at all times. We don't, for cooking, we don't have a pot of hot water ready to go for making risotto. We don't have burners that are fired up with pans on them ready to go type thing. We don't have that kind of setup because we're just assembly. We're not cooking anything when someone comes up to the window.
Yeah.
So that kind of confirmed and will lead me not to try to do risotto on the truck because it'll lead to a bad product eventually. I'll pass probably the first 4 people that come up. So we had talked about when we had our guest Bubba on about a restaurant concept of, could a barbecue joint hit that French kitchen Michelin star type of atmosphere? And this is the kind of dish that you're thinking of. I'm thinking of, it's higher end than that, obviously. But a restaurant that serves only that type of stuff. You're not going to get a meat plate at this restaurant. You're going to get, brisket risottos and, very high end, fancy foo dishes. But your average check there for a table of 2 is going to be $250 to $300. Put it on par with someone said a high end or a high end steakhouse type of atmosphere. Yeah, think of like Ruth's Chris, but higher.
Yeah.
Where this is not somewhere a casual dinner. You're coming in for something. And somebody says it's been tried. Okay, go. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, have you been to the Royal?
Yeah.
Okay. Wouldn't Q39 really kind of...
I don't know. I've never been there.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought that was one of the places everybody goes when they go.
I ate zero barbecue while I was there.
Okay. All right.
I was too busy drinking the entire week.
All right. So for what you were talking about, I would look up the menu for Q39.
Yeah.
And I would think that's kind of what you're talking about, what I would call gourmet barbecue. But yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Now I'm looking it up, but
you have to reserve tables, stuff like that.
But that's not the atmosphere we're talking about. This is not a t-shirt and cargo shorts type of place.
Okay.
Higher. Aim higher.
So a high-end steakhouse, a high-end restaurant where a shirt and tie is required?
Not necessarily a shirt and tie, but somewhere you would take somebody for an anniversary.
Okay.
Think of it that way.
Sure.
is more what I was going for. Not necessarily just a good barbecue place that's like a Logan's, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
To where you're not getting out of there with $75 a plate type of thing. So somebody says it's been tried, it's been done. Hold on, let me see if I can get to the post. Why can't I get to the post? Excuse me. There's some days I really don't like the business suites.
No.
When trying to get to previous posts to see comments and stuff.
I just do it on Facebook.
Mike Silverstein says that it looks delicious. We have a place here trying to sell pork belly mac for 20 and a burger for 25. But why can't I find the rest of the comments? There was a whole bunch of them.
Wasn't most of them in the food truck training group?
No, that was all just about the risotto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, most of the comments were on the one without the picture because I forgot to post the picture the first time. I said I get to the right one. All right. Steve, who was also, we had Steve on, didn't we? As a guest.
Yeah.
So I thought, with the way labor is going, the sit down bricks and mortars are not working, let alone protein heavy concept. Food trucks and sold by weight counter service are going to be the only viable options in the next 5 years unless labor product prices drop. Doubtful. I don't agree. To say that sit down restaurants are going to be gone in the next 5 years, I think is pretty ludicrous. In my opinion, Steve. Unless you're thinking sit down barbecue joints. And again, I wonder, off the one post, I don't know if it was misconstrued. People didn't quite get where I was trying to get to. The other one was, it's been tried with little success. Barbecue is already labor and cost intensive, and with the current situation in the industry, not likely to work. Deep pockets, absolutely the best way to make a little money is to start with a lot, which was, I think, an old barbecue competition saying that went around for a while.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's been tried with little success. That is all restaurants. The success rate of any restaurant is low. So to say it's been tried, don't do it, doesn't sit with me. I think there is a market for everything. I think there is definitely some cities in downtown areas that could support something like this. I just with what else is out there, downtown Grand Rapids alone. When you look at Ruth's Chris and right across the street, you have Leo's and some other higher end restaurants. They service a very particular crowd. I think if you seek out that affluent crowd and provide the service and food to support it, I think it's going to be successful, just like with anything. What's your key demographic that you're trying to hit? Can you provide the food and service that brings in that demographic? Skippy? Bubba did say, Bubba said, do you want elevated barbecue? I'd be happy just to get great barbecue at most places. Agreed. I said, I think I'd be happy with mediocre barbecue at most places.
So a high-end, a high-end barbecue restaurant. I mean, I don't ever go to a high-end steakhouse. I don't know if I would ever, I think for me personally, if I was going to a high-end barbecue place, I feel I would get let down. So I'd just be donating to them.
But that's because you're a barbecue snob.
Correct, but I also feel the same thing about steaks because I know, if they're telling me on a menu they're serving or they're cooking up a prime steak, I know what a prime steak tastes like. I know how much it costs. do I want to spend it there anyway?
Right.
Um, if it's in a place like it's got to be a major metropolitan area. I don't think it could be the entire menu. I think it could be a part of their menu where, like, I would like to see a restaurant that's got a couple different things from each type of concept. Like they've got high end burgers, they have high end barbecue, and like high end something else, whatever the other thing is. Hi, Pebbles.
Jesus.
That's what I would like to see. If it's going to be high end at all, that way you can try things. But I don't think a high end. How's that going?
I don't know. Keep talking.
I can't hear myself. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it'll work. That's what I'm saying. But I agree with Bubba that it would be great to get good barbecue at most places.
Sorry, I muted myself for a second there while I think a bark collar was applied.
Oh,
and then I'm responding to somebody else asking where they can.
I was thinking about rice bowls.
Is that because somebody mentioned them in the other posts?
No, like I've actually been thinking about rice bowls, just as a different vessel,
Yeah.
I don't know when I started doing the wraps, it's like, are people getting tired of like sandwiches or buns or something like that? Do they want something else to use as a vessel to put to feed their faces? So
Yeah, rice bowls are good. Rice holds okay. Jesus Christ. Gonna murder somebody. And by somebody, I mean something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
does he like rice? He's just letting you know. Jeez.
What'd you get?
There's no murdering. So this is the part of the podcast that Josh wishes wasn't in here, and wishes that we weren't live at the moment. What do you guys like to see? What's your which if every one of our followers can post on our Facebook page what your concept is. We'd love to see that. Love to see what everybody's concept is.
Mm-hmm. And a good rice recipe for Skippy.
So, funny story. There's a place in Ann Arbor called Ricewood that I was actually planning on going to before I went to Satchel's.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do is they have rice bowls. They have a brisket and a pork sandwich too. But it's like their rice bowls are 2 scoops of rice with scallions, tomatoes, soy sauce, vinegar, and your choice of meat. And then you can choose your spice level: no spice, medium, or spicy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So their brisket rice bowl is $15. Seems fair.
Yeah.
and they have these things called bombs. Like, I assume they're called flavor bombs. So it's like you get the OG veggie bowl, which includes the rice, and then you get sesame cucumbers, red cabbage slaw, kimchi, chili crisp, and pickled red onions. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do some of those, will you?
I want to start pickling onions. I never really got into it.
Oh, super easy.
I know.
We might even switch to. I'm gonna try a couple different recipes. I think in the next couple weeks, but for pickles. But I don't know that I want to change that. So
Yeah,
just a quick pickled cucumber type of thing, kind of how we do with our onions.
yeah.
Our onions only need to sit for an hour.
Mhm.
They definitely get better the longer they're in, but we've definitely done served 1 hour pickled onions in the past.
Their pulled pork sandwich. So this is, I assume, Korean fusion kind of thing. Is it comes with red cabbage slaw and a gochujang aioli.
Nice.
And the brisket comes with dill pickle, pickled red onions, and a pineapple barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Seems like a little heavy on the acid.
they do sell Kool-Aid.
Okay.
I love Kool-Aid.
So who
Like
doesn't?
Kool-Aid
It's
forever.
all sugar. Yeah, that sandwich seems
Which
a
is why I
little
haven't had Kool-Aid in forever.
too acidy for me. The pickles, the pickled onions, and then pineapple. For me, that's heartburn city. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's a different menu. We don't really have any like Korean barbecue places that I wouldn't even say this is Korean barbecue, but it's probably close to it. Anyway, looking up on the interwebs, I do not see any. I typed in like high end barbecue restaurants in the United States. Really, nothing comes up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think to the level that I have in my head, I don't think it's been done.
Well, that means you can do it.
The more people I hear say it won't work, the more it makes me want to try. So, but that's just me and how my brain works. So,
Get after it.
yeah, I don't have the background or the spot or the team.
That's why you hire the background.
I know.
Some of these I really want to try though. Anyway, are you a chef?
I'm on the Michelin guide
Oh,
right now,
okay.
and they have a in their barbecue category.
Okay.
58. They have 58 restaurants listed. These are not Michelin star rated, but in the first 20, there are none of the restaurants that you would be used to seeing. So here, let me do this for you. Copy. I'm going to put this into the chat so anybody listening can also see this.
Yeah, I just Googled it.
So there's the link I'm looking at right now.
Why do they have the tire guy?
Tire guy?
Yeah.
Because that's the Michelin. It's Michelin tires is where Michelin stars came from. Yes.
Really?
Yes. You know why?
No.
They weren't selling enough tires. So they wanted to make a list of restaurants for people to go visit to drive their cars more. Thus, the Michelin star system was created.
So I know. So I'm on just 1 through 20.
Yeah,
And number 2, Hometown Barbecue. I know they're a smokehouse.
in New York. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was you're
I love how all these are in New York. A lot of them are in New York, or at least the first few are in New York.
yeah. That's what I say. I mean, you go through, you're looking for your normal Austin, Houston type joints, and I don't know that there's a Texas place on the first 20.
No, a lot of them are. I mean,
I don't know how they are listed either. I don't think it's a top 20 type of thing.
well, so some of them have the little Michigan guy's head at the bottom of their tab.
So that is, well, let's see what that means.
Is that like their recommendation?
The so I think that is an actual, I don't know. So I clicked on it, and there's the little guys there again, and it says Bib Gourmand, good quality, good value, and then there's a review. So it's Michelin's Guide point of view.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing maybe those are the ones that they've actually reviewed. Maybe they're pulling these other ones from. Let me find one that doesn't have one.
Oh,
So they all have a Michelin's Guide point of view. But maybe the other ones have an actual, like a user rating. Maybe that's it. Like I've been here.
Yeah, maybe.
If anybody knows how this works in here, let us know. We
Yeah.
can't get our Michelin stars if we don't know how it works. Jeez.
But you can look at the little dollar signs and stuff. And it looks like all the Korean barbecue joints are the high dollar ones.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not easy getting a Michelin star. So, but yeah, it all came from tires.
I did not know that. All right, good to know.
I saw it. God, I saw this whole. I don't know if it was just like an episode on some other thing that, yeah, because somebody else said it. I was like, no freaking way. And they went through the whole thing about it was for selling tires. They weren't selling enough tires, so they wanted to make a guide to encourage road trips, so people could go out and see the country with the new. So it was right. The interstate system all came about, and no one left because no one knew that there was, like what's out there. Not gonna just drive to drive. But so yeah,
that's our Michelin star portion of the podcast.
Yeah. So
some of these dishes are amazing looking.
I know. This is what I'm talking about. This is the level that I'm talking about.
So it's just the presentation level, not necessarily what they're serving.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're seeing stuff that it's like basil foams and stuff. There are combinations there that work with smoked meats.
All right, cool.
I've seen high-end presented pork belly burnt ends, where you get a single pork belly burnt end in this little bowl with something.
For $322.38.
Yeah, I think the right concept in the right location, in a location similar to Grand Rapids where that demographics already there.
Yeah,
I think can work. I think the nearest Michelin star restaurant to us is Chicago. Maybe Detroit, but I would guess Chicago is the closest. And that's just too far. Everybody should be within an hour of a Michelin star restaurant. That's my goal in life. Make it happen. You want to go in, Skippy?
I'm just
will be
lost
the
in
first.
food- I'm just lost in food pictures now.
Did I just hear a zipper?
Simmer down, Turbo. Simmer down.
We'll have the first chain restaurant that's Michelin star rated.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
But yeah, then it's once you get it, you have to maintain it, so they can take it away too.
Yes, they can. Yes.
So it's like a yearly, or I don't know how often, but yeah, you have to then maintain said Michelin rating. Yeah, Skippy is definitely lost in food porn over there.
Right.
That's a good place to get lost. I mean, yeah, that's so there's a whole combination of flavors out there that go together that we get barbecue, I think, more than any other subset of food or genre of food or whatever is so traditional that anytime you try to get outside of traditional, you get the comments like we get. It won't work. It's been tried. Don't do it.
I think you and I are outside of traditional.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for some people, if it's anything, you put some paprika in your rub and you're sacrilegious. So, yeah, I think you can do it. I think it can work. It is in my vision as a sometime.
Sounds good.
If the stars were to align, the right people, the right place, I would definitely let it go, make a go of it. I think it would be fun and cool. But
I can picture you being the bear.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. I am a bear. Rawr.
You are a hit in the bear community, that's for sure.
That's right. I'm very big in some bars.
Very small in others.
It's all about knowing your demographic, folks. Yeah. So that is, yeah. I mean, that would be. Everything else is going very well. There is a couple trucks out there, or a fleet of trucks out there, and maybe that walk up brick and mortar type location, to where we could do something like that without. It's that $1 million bet. It's like we can do that. If it doesn't work, we tried it. We're not going to bankrupt anything else. That is when I would do it.
Good. So let's get on
it. That money's not there right now.
Can be.
No, it sure can't. I yeah, I'm sure me going to the bank right now and looking for $1.5 million would be no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
To do an unproven concept that either has been done and failed or has never been done. With zero team in place. Yeah.
Pam would come back.
Pam would come back.
Pam would come back.
Yeah. All right. Chris, I'd like to hear what you would think about being in that environment. I know you've watched at least season 1 of The Bear. And had some PTSD when you watched it. So
to put a bow on this episode, this is the Josh and Skippy rambling about Michelin star restaurants and how they don't work or do work. And Josh is going to open one this year. Congratulations, Josh.
Okay. I will need to be the beneficiary of someone's wealthy will.
Oh, you didn't get the email about the Nigerian prince?
I'm still waiting. My credit score has only gone down since then, and I have gotten zero money yet. So I'm thinking it might have been a scam.
Better luck next time, bud.
Yeah. You can't win if you don't play.
Nope.
All right, everybody. I think we'll probably be back to our normal schedule next week. Monday, I hope.
Sure.
We appreciate everybody kind of hanging with us through the holiday season and figuring out when to find us. if you're behind on episodes, this is a good week. If you're still off work, or if you're going back to work, it's a good week to catch up. Listen to us in the car, wherever you find your podcast. This episode should be up and available for streaming. I'm hoping by noonish. So we have some driving to do, so I might be doing some of this in the car. So what are you pointing at? The 9:30?
No, I'm giving you a big thumbs up.
Oh, there you go. Your whole hand was off camera. I couldn't see what you were doing.
The camera's right there.
I know, but you weren't there before. All right, everybody. Have a good week. Happy New Year. Keep sending those questions. We'll talk to you guys next week. Make sure you follow us on all the places. Subscribe to us on your podcast preference.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. So yeah, it got weird last week with the upload. When I did the magic clips, it only gave me magic clips from the first like 5 minutes.
Really?
So which is why we didn't have any clips posted throughout the week this week. I was like, there's nothing there. So I don't know what happened, but that was, remember when you said it was screwy when we stopped because it said it wasn't uploaded yet, but we were both seeing uploaded. It was very weird.
So this time I just got the update that it said uploaded.
Yeah.
So
and that's usually how fast it happens. So I don't know what happened last week, but
we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Skippy, you have a good week, buddy.
See you, bud.
Bye.